I have a quick class. I'm gonna say a quick class, but Lord's will, it would be edifying enough. The title of the class is "Can't Justify Anger." All right, it's a lot of scriptures that deals on anger, but it was certain ones that I wanted to go over. Lord's will, this will be an edifying class, and it'd be something to share through the nation. All right, I am Officer Danya Allah today, my reader.
Officer Steph.
All right, shout out to the IT team, shout out to security, making the sacrifice to help build up the people. All right, we're going to start off with Romans chapter 15 and verse 4.
The book of Romans, chapter 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning.
So the reason why we're going through this class, the reason why I titled this class "Can't Justify Anger," because that's something that we deal with. Yes, there's levels to this. When we're coming into this truth, you got to do away with pork. You got to do away with sisters wearing pants, brothers cross-dressing, putting on a dress. There's certain things that we have to immediately deal with. Eating pork, shrimp, crab, lobster, Mr. Fornication, adultery. There are certain things that we got to deal with. Keeping the Sabbath day holy, right? But then as we continue on in our walk, understanding who we are, coming back to the Most High God, there's things that we got to deal with within us as far as anger, as far as controlling our mouth, how we deal with one another, because we are in this to wake up the nation, to build back the nation of Israel. We have to be that righteous example. So we cannot sit up here and think that the reason why I crashed out or the reason why I yelled or did what I did is going to be justified. You, as a person, can offend a little one. You can, what's the word I'm looking for? Sway somebody away from this truth if you can't get yourself in control. You can't get your spirit intact, right? You can lose a soul. So it says everything that was written in this Bible was written for our learning. Nothing else in this world but the word of God is going to heal us as a people.
Right.
Ain't nothing else, right? So we got to go with the guidelines of what the Most High has set for us. Read that from the top. I don't know where we at. Read it from the top.
Verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we, through patience and comfort of the scriptures, might have hope.
We read this all the time, and there's levels to this. I've been reading the same scripture for 10 years plus, and today, right now, it's like comfort.
Right.
Comfort of the scriptures. Because now, yes, we read it or we skim past through it or whatever. Y'all go to the next video or whatever, but that's very important. We have to, like Bishop Yawasop say, you got to get all the butter off the biscuit, man. You got to get the meat off the bone.
Right.
That comfort, and you see it in people's actions because they don't see this as comfort. They don't see this as a way of giving hope because they still crash out. They still have irrational thoughts, right? They'll say anything that come to mind. You can see it in their actions. They say they fear God, they love God, but in their actions it shows something different. So that's why I want to hum in on that. It says the comfort of the scriptures. Those that are comfort from the scriptures, they are, in other words, healed as a people, and they could better. They're more suitable in dealing with the people and healing other people. This is why we come through. This is why we read the Bible all the time. This is when we in the streets or dealing with somebody, we always revert to the Bible because that's what brings us comfort. That's what heals us. Not our own opinions, not our own thoughts, right? But give me 1 Timothy's. I don't want to be the dead horse, but 1 Timothy chapter 1 and verse 8. You gotta get all the butt off that, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. The book of 1 Timothy, chapter 1, verse 8. But we know that the law is good if a man use it lawfully.
The law is good if a man use it lawfully, right? We have to exercise what the Most High commanded us to do. That's what's going to make us change. That's what's going to make us become better. That's what's going to heal us, right? We got to understand that this book is for us. Those that are going through mental health, they're dealing with anger, displaced anger, whatever it may be, this is going to heal that, right? Verse 9.
Knowing this, that the law is not made for a righteous man.
The law is not made for a righteous man because he's keeping the laws. It's for us that's been lost, that don't know how to be what I'm looking for. Not to let your light shine. This is to help you get that going, right? It says that the law is not made for a righteous man because the laws is already there. It's seared in him. He already know what to do. Keep reading.
But for the lawless.
But for the lawless, those that are lost, those that are unhealed, don't know how to handle a situation, always want to crash, thinking crashing out is the go-to option in any situation. Keep reading.
But for the lawless and disobedient, for the ungodly and for sinners, for unholy and profane, for murderers of fathers and murderers of mothers, for manslayers, for whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for manstealers, for liars, for purged persons, and if there be any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine.
That's contrary to sound doctrine. All right. So having anger, right? Crashing out, lashing out, having a short fuse, however you want to say it, that's contrary to sound doctrine. That's that like I said, it's contrary because it's supposed to build up a nation. Give me that in Proverbs 4:2, what a sound doctrine is. It's contrary to nation building time. You cannot build somebody up off of anger, right? And then try to justify why you do it. There's no way. That person offended. Now you have to come to a sound mind in order to fix that situation. And a lot of people don't. A lot of people run away from that. But you got to that point. Now you need to fix it. Now you have to have accountability. So Lord's will, this class will, help edify that and hold each other accountable in these situations, right? Give me that. Proverbs
4, verse 2. For I give you good doctrine. Forsake ye not my law.
So when it says good doctrine, what is the good doctrine? What is the sound doctrine? The laws of God. That's sound doctrine. Now, give me Sirach.
19.
No, Sirach chapter 30 and verse 16.
Yes, sir.
You in the spirit, though. You in the spirit. Like I said, there's many ways we can go with this, man. It's just, I want to, there's certain ones. But Lord's will, I'm going to let the spirit run after this. Sirach 30 and 16.
The book of Sirach, chapter 30, verse 16.
Come on.
There is no riches above a sound body.
There is no riches above a sound body. I talk about this all the time, dealing with fitness, sleep, the dietary laws, right? I talk about this all the time. It goes into all that. Having the Bible and applying it to your life, you understand that sleep is good for you. Right? A lot of us don't get that much sleep. We'll give ourselves at least 4 hours, right? Where your body needs more than that, right? Then when we eat noodles, hot Cheetos, right? We eating all this processed food. We're destroying our own self. Then we wonder why we're crashing out, why we have high blood pressure, why this and why that, right? That's the ways of the world. They taught you how to be like that. So now when you have sound doctrine or a sound mind, read that one more time.
There is no riches above a sound body.
When you have a sound body, God can deal with you. God can use you. We sit up here and we go up down the street. Well, I'm talking about marching, about 3, almost 5. It's almost been a 5-mile march.
Right.
But you're equipped to do that. You're equipped to be that righteous example for the world to see. Look at the unity amongst the men, amongst the brethren, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans coming together. There's nobody fighting, nobody arguing, but we're building up a nation. The Most High can use you, but when you sit up here and the only thing you eat was hot Cheetos and a pack of noodles,
Right.
and then you wondering why you can't walk down the damn street, that is why. So a sound body, a positive mental state, I got my notes here, a positive mental state improves mental health. Everything aligns together. The laws, your eating habits, sleeping, it goes into all that. And the Most High said it's above, it's worth, nothing is worth or compared to that.
Right.
Give me that video real quick. Of Corey Lay. I don't want to mess up her name. I think it's Corey Lay, right? But yeah, play that video.
The gym, don't look at the gym like losing weight. I wish a lot of people start marketing the gym on a mental health level, because it's probably one of the best things for you.
Stop.
I wasn't going to try to.
See, that's we have to emphasize that. We're coming in an age where, I mean, it's a lot of people that's in the gym. A lot of people in the gym. Like, if you at Crunch, bro, Planet Fitness, you know what I'm saying? If you're in these commercial gyms, that's a lot of people in there. All praises. But we got to understand that it's not about losing the weight majority of the time, right? Because everybody want that quick fix. Everybody want that old Ozempic fix, right? Everybody want that that botched up fix, that what's that, the liposuction and all that stuff. They want that quick fix. Right? This is that microwave generation. We want everything like right there. No, it's a whole lifestyle. Well, we just talked about eating Cheetos and ramen. I came from that lifestyle. I used to live off of that. Peanut butter and jelly, cold cuts, whatever it may be, in order, because mom wasn't home. She was working. I had to go to school, and whatever there to snack on, that's what I had to snack. I came from that lifestyle. But now I eat whole foods. I eat chicken. I eat broccoli. I eat potatoes. Right? I eat whole foods, one ingredient food, not processed food. And I'm moving better. I'm feeling better. Knees ain't hurting. Back ain't hurting. You ain't getting headaches, high blood pressure. You're able to sleep better. So we ain't new to this. We true to this. Well, I'm not telling you to do it, and I'm not doing it.
Right.
But it's a whole lifestyle that you need to change up. And it's not just for you to lose weight. It's for you. It's for your mental health. It's for you to be able to don't have displaced anger and crash out and all this other stuff. Because at the end of the day, we are the righteous example of the people. We have to have our health in a good estate. That's what he said. Our sound body is worth far more than anything on this earth. But play that video. Play the video. Play it from the top.
The gym, don't look at the gym like losing weight. I wish a lot of people start marketing the gym on a mental health level, because it's probably one of the best things for you.
Really?
I wasn't going to try to shape up. I went to distract me. And when I went to the gym, I didn't smoke weed 3 more hours after that, because my adrenaline is still there. I'm hungry. My appetite is amazing. Energy, it's like you let all that anger, all in them weights. You know, I'm heavy lifting and, you know, talking shit to my trainer. So I do advise to get a trainer, though. It's hard to do it alone. I can't see myself doing it with.
So I feel like a lot of people.
All right, hold on real quick, because the trainer now is going to go into more of the statistics. But understand what she's saying. She's in the gym. I don't recommend people being in there more than an hour. And that's me. That's me. I call it lunch at Crunch. I do my lunch. I go to work out. Boom, bow, and I'm out. Some people do 30 minutes. It's whatever you can do at the moment. Do a 5-minute run afterwards to build up the endurance, the stamina, and that's it. But she said she was in the gym for like 3 hours, and all. I don't have that time. It's nation building time. Got to work. Got a family. Right. You don't have time. I don't have time like that. So I'm saying for you that's starting out, don't be discouraged. Go in there 15, 20, 30 minutes until you feel better. Then progress.
Right.
Then progress. what we're looking for is consistency. Like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle change. So it's not just a new year resolution. Oh man, I'm gonna work out. You only work out for a month, and then the rest of the year, Gold's Gym got your money because you ain't even showing up. Now you put an extra bill on your budget. No, that's not that. It's a lifestyle. You're changing up how you eat, your sleeping arrangements, all that. That's what's going to give you a sound body, right? But keep playing, because like I said, what the sisters are going into is straight facts about our mental health. All right, keep playing.
You think the gym is about losing weight or making physical changes. But honestly, the changes aren't just physical. So this study looked at the association of physical exercise and mental health in 1.2 million adults and found that more than 40% had a reduction in poor mental health days in comparison to those who didn't exercise. When you lift, when you run, or even when your body just moves, your brain lights up. I like to think of it as therapy, but with dumbbells. I can't tell you the amount of times I've walked into a gym stressed, angry, anxious, overthinking everything, and walked out feeling brand motherfucking new. Weights don't just build your body, it unfolds your mind. And this is why I always say, don't just train for the look, train for how it makes you feel.
Right. So don't train for the looks. Now, don't get me wrong. If you body shaping or bodybuilding, yes, teach his own. But you're going to see results. If you're in there and you're looking at, oh, man, I want my stomach. The stomach is the last thing to go. I'm just put that out there, But if you're just in there working on yourself and not really worrying about, oh, I want the big butt, I want this, I want that, I want the pecs and all this other stuff, it's going to come. It's going to come. But it's going, like I said, it's a lifestyle. It's a change. The way you eat contributes to that. The way you sleep contributes to that, right? It's called recovery. When you're going through recovery, your body is building itself. It's healing itself. But if you don't allow that time for that recovery, your body is not going to build. So it's a method to the madness, right? Give me 2nd Ezra, chapter 14 and verse 13. But it's all going into a sound body, good mental health. All right, you got that?
Yes, sir. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 14, verse 13. Now therefore, set thine house in order, and reprove thy people.
Then reprove thy people. We got to think as leaders of the nations, builders of the nation. Whether if it's a man or a woman, you are a builder. You are that righteous example. The Most High is using us to bring his people back to him. Don't forget the mission. Don't forget the assignment, okay? That's what we're here for. So now what we got to do is we got to set our house in order. A lot of us think about, we got the fringes, the women wearing the head covers, we're getting all the pork out the house, shrimp, crab, and lobster, this, that, and the other. It's going into how you nurture yourself as well. You can't be a nurturer. It says, and reprove thy people, read.
Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
You can't comfort nobody. You can't nourish nobody if you ain't nourishing yourself. If you're destroying yourself, all you're doing is destroying the next person. Most times, he's big on accountability. He's going to hold you to it. So first, you got to fix yourself, then reprove the people. Keep reading.
And now, renounce corruption.
Same thing that Christ told Peter. When you fix yourself, then build up the brothers. Fix yourself first. Keep reading.
Let go from thee mortal thoughts.
Let go from the mortal thoughts, because that's where the anger comes from. That's where the anger comes from. We let the mortal thoughts, we let depression, we let stuff in the world. We let stuff in the world get to us, and this is where we try to justify our anger. Man, that stuff is triggered. The trigger words are, what I'm saying, like. We learn that out in the world. Everybody sympathize. Is that the word I'm looking for? People sympathize out there in the world with that. But that's detrimental to nation building time. So what the Most High God said is, let go from the mortal thoughts. Keep reading.
Cast away the burdens of men.
Uh-huh.
Put off now the weak nature.
Put off the weak nature, because that's what detrimental to what the assignment is. It's detrimental. That's why he call it a weak nature, because you're in your emotions. We're supposed to move and handle situations as gods on this earth. This don't apply to that. That is contrary to how we're supposed to move. Keep reading.
And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee. And haste thee to flee from these times.
And haste thee to flee from these times. That is because it's detrimental to what we're doing. It's nation building time. A lot of people has been put out, lost their rank, over because of the weak nature. They didn't get their house in order. They didn't work on themselves. They're not nurturing themselves. They're not pacing themselves in this truth, and then they burn out and crash out and all this other stuff, right? We have to constantly endure in this. But when we allow this stuff to happen, this is where we fall off. But, the scriptures say a just man falleth 7 times, and multiple times. He's going to fall because why? He's bringing himself back to his true identity. He's getting rid of the old man and becoming that new person. So yes, we're going to fail. But the point is that a just man gets right back up. He don't stay there. He don't stay stagnant. He continues to build. He builds himself, and then he builds up his people. All right? Give me Wisdom of Solomon.
Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 9, verse 14. For the thoughts of mortal men are miserable.
For the thoughts of mortal men is miserable. This is why we fall off into drinking, smoking weed, porn. This is why we fall off into that, because the thoughts of mortal men is miserable. Here it is, the bills, forget them bills. Forget everything that's going on in the world. You can't take that with you to the grave. All that stuff stays here.
Right.
It's looking for another person to make them miserable. Don't allow that stuff to shake you. I'm trying to hold my tongue. But I'm trying to be real. That's me. I'm straightforward with it. I'm not here to play. We're here to build. I'm ready to go home. Right? But it says, for the thoughts of mortal men are miserable. Read.
And our devices are but uncertain.
It's uncertain. It's uncertain and it's temporary. Don't let that affect you. Yes, in the heat of the moment, yes. And then you got to be mature enough to snap out of that. You have to be mature enough to bring it back. When you're dealing with people, when you're dealing with your spouse, somebody has to be the mature person in the situation in order to find a solution and move forward. You cannot find a good thing out of a bad thing, out of a bad outcome. You cannot find a good thing out of that. Keep reading.
For the corruptible body presses down the soul, and the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind that muses upon many things.
Right, the flesh, the earthly tabernacle weigheth down the mind, the flesh. This is the war within us. This is the war that's in us. And then it goes out, and then it's like a domino effect. It destroys our nation. So yes, we're not in here playing church. We're not here just showing up, having a good time, having a good social life, and then go home and not work on ourselves. That's not what this is. There's much required for us. So when you lack the responsibilities of and accountability, when you lack that, you're only destroying yourself. You're only destroying yourself. All right? Give me the next video.
Unhealed people don't listen with their ears. They listen with their triggers.
Stop. We're gonna be patient. Well, not yeah. We're gonna be slow with this video, man, because there's certain words that I want y'all to pick up on. okay? When we acknowledge our sins, when we acknowledge ourselves, this is the first step of healing. You got to pray about that. You got to fast about that. Now you can identify, okay, I'm that person. I'm unhealed, right? I look for trigger words. I listen to combat. I don't listen to try to find a solution for the issue. I listen to combat. That's what he's talking about, listening for trigger words. Play that again.
Unhealed people don't listen with their ears. They listen with their triggers. And an emotionally immature person is defensive and often emotionally explosive. They don't know how to process emotions like anger.
Stop it right there. So now he's going into a person that can't communicate. He can't convey the message. There's a lot that's going on. They say overstimulated. Don't get me wrong. I go through it too. This is why we doing the class, okay? I go through it too. I get overstimulated. You got men that got the weight of the world on their shoulders. So it's in any man that deals with the struggles of the congregation, the struggles of keeping his job, being a black man on this earth, being an Israelite on this earth.
Right.
For you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, it's for everybody. They got the weight of the world on their shoulders. They got to deal with a whole lot. They overstimulated. You have to find a place, a way to be able to be profitable and to be able to build and let your light shine at the same time. That is the war that we go against. We just read that in Wisdom of Solomon. That is the war that we are in within ourselves. So it says an unhealed person, he don't listen, he's defensive, right? He's looking for trigger words instead of just listening out, because that person may have an issue and needs the help, needs the wisdom. But you're so focused on trigger words. Nothing's being fixed, right? Or what was the other one? Didn't know how to communicate. Couldn't convey the message. Couldn't deal with the anger or the emotion inside. We have to fix that. We're going to go, as far as communication, we're going to go on some scriptures of that. But these are the characteristics of a person that's not dealing with themselves, that don't have a sound mind or a sound body. Keep playing the video.
So they lash out, project, and blame. They shame you for their feelings, calling you needy, or saying it's always about you because your vulnerability makes them uncomfortable. See, people who can't communicate think everything is an argument.
Stop!
And people...
Everything is an argument. Oh, man, you got beef with me. Oh, you said this. Oh, this... The way you said it, how it was perceived. Bro, come on, man. Not everybody's out here to fight you or to argue with you. That's not the case. And then here it is with the sisters. Everybody say that she's combative. Everybody say that, from the men to the women that deal with her. Oh, it's them. They the problem. Mm-hmm. No, it's you, sis. No, it's you, brother. Oh man, I want to be standoffish because I don't trust people. I don't want to deal with. That's you. That's you in your own mind. Keep playing before I go on a rant.
Who lack accountability, think everything is an attack. Straight up.
All right, so one of the scriptures that came to my mind, Isaiah 58. The pointing of the finger. You know what I want?
Yes, sir.
That's one of the things that point. Because lately, dealing with people, they seem to point out everybody else's issues, but not point out their issues. They'll give me a call. They want to talk to me about something that somebody else does. but then don't want to showcase, okay, well, I'm going through this. This is the sin that I'm dealing with, this, that, and the other, right? We got to stop that, people. And this is on top of what we just talked about, lack of accountability, right? You got that?
Isaiah 58, verse 9. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from thee the midst of the yoke, and the putting forth of the finger.
And the putting forth of the finger. Lack of accountability. Finish that up.
And speaking vanity.
So we have to put that away. We got to put away of being the person that's pointing the finger at somebody. Now, Leviticus 5:1 talks about telling, pointing out somebody's sins. But when you in the midst of sin, you're not saying anything. It's hypocritical. That's why he's saying the pointing of the finger. We always use the scripture for Adam, because Adam, he was like, man, the woman that you sent me, she did that. He didn't take accountability for his actions. So we're saying for you, you have to take accountability, right? Drop that. Drop that. Give me James. James chapter 1, verse 19.
Book of James, chapter 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear, slow to speak.
So we're going into communication, right? Going straight into communication. Because after the video, there's some key points that I wrote down. It says unhealed people, they don't listen. They are defensive, right? Who can't communicate, think everything is an argument, and then a person that lacks accountability always feel like they're being attacked. It's coming from a place of somewhere. A person will say, well, what do you mean by that? It's plain. It could be plain and simple. It could be plain and simple. Hey, sis, I don't like this. Hey, brother, I don't like this. Well, what do you mean? Where's that coming from? Those are signs of people that lack accountability because they feel like they're being attacked. It's always coming from somewhere. It says, well, I'm being direct with you. I'm just telling you I don't like that. It's like you got to explain. Like, I'm not saying I don't like you or whatever it may be. I'm just saying I don't like this specifically. Well, you're not telling me where that's coming from. I digress. But it says a person that lacks accountability always feel like they are attacked. Okay? Go back to James 1:19. Because this is one of my go-to scriptures, and I don't want to miss the point.
James 1, verse 19. Wherefore, my beloved brethren, let every man be swift to hear.
Let every man be swift to hear. That means to listen to what's going on and analyze, okay, well, this person needs help, or this person don't understand this, or this, and this, instead of just listening to combat, right? Or feel like it's an attack, right? So it says be slow. Read that one more time.
Let every man be swift to hear.
Be swift to hear. Read.
Slow to speak.
Slow to speak, meaning process what you got to say because you want to be edifying. You want to be a righteous example. You don't want to offend no one, whether if it's the little ones, whether it's elders, whether it's your spouse, whether it's your children, whatever it may be, you do not want to offend because the Most High sees that at the end of the day. Sees that. The Most High is watching us and how we deal with our people, right? Keep reading.
Slow to wrath.
Slow to wrath. Slow to wrath. We cannot allow our emotions to control us. That is the condition of the battle. That's the war that we have within inside. When we allow wrath to overtake our bodies, for one, we find pleasure in that. Keep it real. Keep it real. Because why is this? Why is it when they explain it to somebody, which is murmuring, why is they explaining it to somebody and say, hey, man, I had to cuss this person out, man. They said this and said that. And I'm like, I had to set them straight. Boy, I had to give them a thing or two. because you find pleasure in that. You find pleasure in cussing somebody out or saying whatever comes to mind. And you look foolish. We don't find pleasure in just yelling, spewing out anything that comes to our mind. We're here to build one another and move forward. When you can sit up here and say, man, I helped that person in his marriage, I helped that person in his situation, and now he's flourishing and he's building, that's something to be proud about. But tearing somebody down, that's nothing to be proud about. So we have to be slow to wrath in order to control ourselves, right? Give me Proverbs chapter 14 and verse 17.
Proverbs 14, verse 17. He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly.
He that is soon angry, what? Quick-tempered, have a short fuse, dealeth foolishly, right? We may say something that can offend somebody. We've done something, now we in jail, and that affects the body. Now you're trying to have the people in the body trying to get you out of jail because you got to go to work that following day. You dealing foolishly. You're not thinking. Read that one more time.
He that is soon angry dealeth foolishly.
The Most High God said you are foolish, immature, lack accountability, unhealed. Unhealed. Keep reading.
And a man of wicked devices is hated.
All right. So from there, give me Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 26. Of course, but you can't be angry, man. You can't. There's a scripture for everything, man. There's a script. The Most High, He's the creator of all things. He knows what we're going through. This is why He set the standard. This is why He gives us the Bible, the laws. But read that.
Ephesians 5, verse 26. Be ye angry and sin not.
Be ye angry and sin not. The Most High knows, okay, with you being a human, being in a mortal body, being in the flesh, there's going to be emotions that's going to run throughout your body. You're going to be overstimulated, but you still have to have a sound mind. You still got to be able to communicate. So it says, be angry. Yeah, because things happen. Like when somebody's sin, when somebody's in the midst of sin, here we are in the middle of the streets and we're seeing everybody enjoying Christmas, Thanksgiving. That's going to make you angry. But that don't mean you can crash out. That don't justify your anger. You still got to give the word in a sense that it's edifying to the people. You can't cuss everybody out. You can't slap nobody. You can't hit no. That's not edifying. That's not nurturing. So it says, be angry and sin not. Read.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath.
Let not the sun go down upon your wrath. Let not your understanding depart, because that's what happens. When you become angry and you feed into that, you're on the verge of sin, your understanding is gone. Once you start dealing with the flesh and start going off the desires of the flesh, Scripture is gone. So when it says don't let the sun go down on your, that means don't let the understanding depart from you. Give me that Micah. Micah chapter 3 and verse 6. So we can be angry. We can feel the emotions. We have to be able to communicate through the emotions, right? We have to be able to find the words. It's an art. It's an art in communicating, especially when dealing with the people in Israel, especially dealing in your marriage, especially dealing with your kids. And I'm pointing it out. I'm breaking it down in sections like that because some people have the gift to communicate when it's dealing with the people, but don't have the gift of dealing with their own spouse or dealing with their children because they piss them off or dealing with somebody at work because they piss them off. You got to be able to do that in all areas. You have to be able to communicate your emotions, right? You got that?
Micah 3 and 6.
Yes, sir.
The book of Micah, chapter 3, verse 6. Therefore, night shall be unto you.
Night night. Keep that in mind, read.
That ye shall not have a vision, and it shall be dark unto you, that ye shall not divine. And the sun shall go down over the prophets, and the day shall be dark over them.
So that's going into the understanding. The understanding. Give me that Wisdom of Solomon, 5 and 6.
Yes, sir. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 6. Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us.
The light of righteousness. Everything is symbolic, and it connects throughout the Bible. When we're talking about light, we're talking about the commandments, right? Proverbs 6 and 23, right? Letting our light shine when we apply God's laws. Now it says the light of righteousness. When we're letting our light shine, read that one more time.
Therefore have we erred from the way of truth.
We err from the ways of truth. We err from the ways. Why? Because we allow the anger, the wrath, our emotions to get the better of us. Read.
And the light of righteousness hath not shined unto us.
And the light of righteousness. Why? Because we're dealing with the darkness. We're dealing with sin.
Right.
We're dealing with our flesh. We're dealing with our emotions. That is the darkness. That is the sun going down, the understanding departing. So now we're not displaying the light of righteousness. Keep reading.
And the sun of righteousness rose not upon us.
And the sun of righteousness did not rise upon us. Why? Because we go through the desires of the flesh rather than keeping it biblical, keeping it Bible, keeping it according to the laws. Thus said the Lord.
Right.
All right, drop that. Give me Proverbs chapter 15 and verse 1. Understand, we have to be able to control that. And the only ways we're going to do that, we have to set in place. We have to deal with ourselves. We have to get our house in order. Okay? Changing up our diet. Stop eating all the processed food. Eating one ingredient foods like chicken, steak, fish, right? It's a one ingredient. There's no phosphate diet. Ain't none of that. Ain't no aspartame. Ain't none of that. That's processed foods. When you have preservatives and all that stuff in there, stay away from the preservatives. That's what's destroying your body. So when you change up your diet, you change up your sleeping habits, your mental health is more stable. All right? Give me that, Proverbs 15 and 1.
Proverbs chapter 15, verse 1. A soft answer turneth away wrath.
A soft answer turneth away wrath. We are in the business, the Lord's business, of waking people up. And yes, there's some time when we're talking about sisters getting out them pants, get out them booty shorts, these new skirts that they wear that. Anyways, the tight revealing clothing, we're telling the men to pull their damn pants up, to change their appearance, stop putting tattoos on you. Stop getting tattoos for one, right? But you're putting it on your face. You're not being presentable. You are the provider. Whether it may be you want to be a healthy presenter of you. You want to put your best foot forward in any circumstance. You don't know what is going to happen. But when we sit up here and we deal with the people, some people might get offended off of just saying, hey, bro, pull your pants up. What you talking about? I'm a grown-ass man. It's cool, but we're trying to be a righteous example.
Right.
The reason why we have so much going on in the hoods and the ghettos is because men want to be out here and want to look like the YNs, want to look like the young men. We are the grown men. They have to see a righteous example to help see our kids, to help our kids not get killed, to bring down the kill ratio in our neighborhood. It starts with you pulling up your pants. So it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath. But if you're contentious, and the brother, he's not understanding where you're coming from, and then off top, hey, oh, you want to step on my face? You want to? That destroys what the Most High wants us to build. That's contrary to what God has said, called us to do. So it says, a soft answer turneth away wrath. Read.
But grievous words stir up anger.
Grievous words stir up anger. We have to be willing to communicate in order to nourish our people. All right? Give me Sirach. Sirach chapter 28 and verse 25.
Book of Sirach, chapter 28, verse 25. And weigh thy words in a balance, and make a door and a bar for thy mouth.
So we have to weigh our words in our mouth, meaning we have to process. Some people like me, I take a minute to talk. I talk slow. I talk slow for a reason, because if I speak fast, I start to stuttering. I say something that I didn't meant to say, but you know, sometimes it happens, sometimes it don't. But some people, when you see me talking slow and really breaking the word down, that's me processing what I want to say in a way that's edifying the people, right? It says, and weigh thy words in a balance, meaning watch what you say. Have discretion. Read.
Beware, thou slide not by it.
Okay. No, I wanted you to read verse 25. It's cool. It's cool. But it says, and make a door and a bar for thy mouth. Control what you say. Control what you say. Give me the next video. It should be the brother shaking up the soda cans or the soda bottles.
Now see what's happening here.
Hold up. Hold up, man. Now, this brother's he what's the word? Philosophical? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? The brother's philosophical right now, and then he got this accent, man. Don't let that deter away from what the point is. You gotta come on, man. I know some of us we petty, but there's a message in this video. All right, play it.
I shook both of them at the same time with equal energy. But now you see what is happening here. It actually erupted like a volcano and messed up everywhere. Now the most painful part is that I can't recover my soda.
Stop.
Stop.
He said, I can't recover my soda. That's going into you cannot fix what you said now. You erupted and you let that go, you can't fix it. Or you can't, let me rephrase that. You can't take that back, what you said. What you said offended that person. Now that person's offended. You got to be able to be mature enough to pause, acknowledge, and apologize. Take that back a little bit. Bring it back a little bit.
Part is that I can't recover my soda. Once it is spilled, that is the end of it. Now, sometimes when you are angry, please close your mouth, because you may end up unleashing certain words that you never intended completely, and it can worsen the situation. And sometimes you may apologize and say, I'm sorry. But some words are like venom. They can poison someone's heart against you permanently. Now look at this one here. It's looking like nothing happened completely because I never opened it. And sometimes when you're angry, it is advisable to keep calm and postpone your action. You may even need to leave the place for a while and come back later to handle the situation. You'll realize you'll handle it with a lot of sobriety, and you'll be in charge of your thinking and your words. Believe you me, if I open this one later, nothing will happen. Don't let anger control you. Close your mouth sometimes so that you don't erupt hot magma.
Hot magma. Okay, so all praises. So we, in the sense, we have to weigh our words in a balance. And sometimes you have to let cooler heads prevail before you say something. And it's okay to communicate that, you know what I'm saying? But in the mind of finding a solution for the issue, being a solution for the issue, you still got to do, because some people will say, hey, I'm not going to say nothing because, I can't control what I say. But then they just leave it there. They leave it up in the air and nothing gets resolved. In this video, he's talking about still coming back to resolve the issue. Letting cooler heads prevail, or being capable, if you're mature enough, to say something at the time where, it calms down the situation. We take that analogy because, we had soda cans drop and bottles drop, and we'll sit there and let it sit there. We'll sit there and let it sit there. We'll sit there and let it cool down before we open it, right? That's the same analogy for us. We got to sit there and let it cool before we say something. Or if we're able to communicate and say something in order to cool that person down, which in return will cool you down, be mature enough to handle that situation. All right? Give me that in Sirach where it talks about spitting on the fire.
Yes, sir.
Because another brother, I forgot what class it was, another brother came out with a class called the double-edged tongue. That's fire. That's fire, man. But I just wanted to point that out, man. Shout out to that brother. Lord's will, somebody could post a link of that class. But yes, watch that class. But yes, read that.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 28, verse 11. And hasty contention kindleth a fire, and a hasty fighting sheddeth blood.
So a hasty contention, you being contentious, right? Which goes back into what? A person that can't communicate, that lacks accountability. It feeds into being contentious, right? Read.
If thou blow the spark, it shall burn.
If you blow the spark, if you playing with that, and you blow the spark, we understand that because we all barbecue, we all been in tabernacles, we all had a fire kindled. We understand if we add oxygen, if we add oxygen to the fire, it's going to make it become bigger.
Right.
So if you blow on that spark, it's going to cause a fire. It's going to cause contention. Something that you may regret later in life. Keep reading.
If thou spit upon it, it shall be quenched.
So if you spit upon it, or if you pour water on it, which is understanding the laws of God. Boy, Most High is the mastermind.
Right.
You put that water on now, which is the laws of God, right? You apply that water to the situation. You diffuse, or you settle that fire before it even starts. All right? Is there more on there?
Yes, sir.
Keep reading.
And both these come out of thy mouth.
And both these come out of thy mouth. You got to have the maturity, a level of maturity in order to discern, is this going to be profitable in this situation? I got to sit back, okay, this person is really mad at the situation. I can see that this person is being mad. They mad at me, but I understand where they're coming from. So let me humble down. Let me find a solution. Let me fix this so we can have a healthy community. That way we can have a healthy relationship.
Right.
Nah, man, that person ain't supposed to talk. That's disrespectful. This knowing that you the problem. You're the reason why that person's being disrespectful. Now, does it justify them being disrespectful? No. But who's going to be the mature person in the situation? Who's going to be accountable for their actions in this situation? There's more on that?
That's it.
That's it?
Yes,
all right. Let's see. Ecclesiastes 5. That's my next one. Ecclesiastes 5, verse 1. I want to read this in context, okay? But the main point that I want out of this is the rash in verse 2. But I want to read it in context because I don't want nobody, man, you're not reading it right, man. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 5, verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God.
So this is the Most High God saying, keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of God. Leaving all that stuff in the world behind you, leaving that at the door. Don't track that mess in the house of God, right? Keep reading.
And be more ready to hear.
Be more ready to hear. Be more willing to learn and fix yourself, read.
Than to give the sacrifice of fools.
Than to give the sacrifice of fools. That's going along with the traditions of men, things that you learned in the world. He said, leave that out there. Leave that mess out there. When you come to me, leave that mess out there. Read.
For they consider not that they do evil.
So they foolish. They're ignorant. They're immature. Those that follow the ways of their flesh, the desires of their flesh, the ways of the world, are foolish. They don't know that they're being evil. Just like we stated earlier, those that like to yell and cuss people out because they find pleasure in that. They like to feel good that they cuss somebody out, that they threw hands and damn near killed somebody. They find pleasure in that. But keep reading. That's not I digress. Verse 2.
Verse 2. Be not rash with thy mouth.
Be not rash with thy mouth. Now, understand, we're coming to the Most High God. He's saying, don't bring that SH in my house. Leave that SH out there. It says, be not rash. Don't say something stupid. Don't say something foolish. So just think, if the Most High is saying don't bring that here, just how he expect you to deal with your neighbor, how to deal with the people of Israel. Mm-hmm. Keep reading.
Be not rash with thy mouth,
Uh-huh.
and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God.
And let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before God. We have to weigh our words and our balance. When you come to God, when you're dealing with the people of Israel, when you're dealing with the other nations, you still got to be a righteous example. Keep reading.
For God is in heaven,
Uh-huh.
and thou upon earth.
That means there's order and structure, right? There's a Godhead. Fall in line. I'm trying to think of what we be telling brothers. Yeah, just fall in line. I can't think of play your part. Whatever it is, right? There's a hierarchy. Don't come to the Most High disrespecting. Keep reading.
For God is in heaven, and thou upon earth.
Uh-huh.
Therefore, let thy words be few.
Let thy words be few. That means what? We're not going on and on and on about a situation. We're here to, okay, this is the issue, this is the solution. I offended you, okay, I'm going to make it up to you, I'm sorry. Somebody do something to you, hey, that's not right. You wouldn't want me doing that to you, all right? I would like for you to apologize, I would like for you to acknowledge, but if you, okay, cool, it is what it is. But I'm saying to you, that offended me. And keep it pushing. Sometimes some people ain't mature. Some people don't have accountability. But by you addressing it in the way that you do, it will help that person in the long run to become like you, how you handle the situation. Because when somebody has the devil on them, they're looking for the next person that has the devil on them. And that's where issues start. Those spirits come together. So by you being a righteous example, it deads all that. All right? So, from there, give me Proverbs 29 and verse 11.
The book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 11. A fool uttereth all his mind.
The fool uttereth, Most High calls you a fool. When you sit up here and you being petty, you say whatever comes to mind, not taking accountability for yourself or how you affect the next person. Most High God calls you a fool. Read that one more time.
A fool uttereth all his mind, but a wise man keepeth it until afterwards.
Find the other scripture where it says, in a multitude of words, want to not sin.
Proverbs 10, verse 19.
Oh, praises.
In the multitude of words, there wanteth not sin.
There wanted not sin. This is why the Most High said, keep your words few. Get straight to the point. Handle the situation at hand. Because if we're sitting up here and we're just running our damn mouth, read that one more time.
In the multitude of words, there wanteth not sin.
Wanted mean lack. It lack not sin. There's sin in the midst of that. You might be murmuring, you might be complaining, you might be saying somebody else's business that don't even matter. You might say something that offended the next person. Shut up. Weigh your words in the balance. Handle the situation at hand. Keep reading.
But he that refraineth his lips is wise.
He that refrains his lips, he weighs his words in a balance, he is considered wise. Not to men, but to the Most High God, which is the main person you want to please in these situations. You're not pleasing nobody else but God. So when you sit up here and you use a multitude of words and you fall into your emotions, you're only pleasing yourself. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. All right. Give me the next video.
One of the most immature things that you can do when somebody makes you upset is be petty. People are not looking at that and thinking, oh, gosh darn it, he got me again. They're looking at that and they go, look at this person who can't control their emotions. I know it feels good to be petty. I used to be petty. But you have to look at it from the other perspective, from the other lens. Oh, it is not mature if I do this.
It's immature to be petty. I know we petty and we joke a lot and stuff like that, but there's a time for that. There's a time to be joking, and there's a time to be serious, right? And in these times, we can't belittle one another. We can't be petty towards one another. Most of the time, as the scriptures say, bring forth that strong case, debate thy cause. Bring forth your strong. I don't want to mess it up. If you can find it, get it for me real quick. Bring forth thy strong reason, right? These are the times where we don't need to be petty. These are the times where we have to stay focused at the issue and fix it. You got that?
Just Proverbs 25.
I think so, yeah. Debate thy cause. I might be putting two scriptures together.
Verse 9. I think it said two kind of ways. Is that the one you want?
Let's see here. Verse 9, it says, debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself and discover not a secret. No, bring forth a strong reason.
Isaiah.
Yeah, Isaiah. Yes, sir. So it says debate thy cause. This is a good scripture to go to. Proverbs 25, while he's getting that. Verse 9, it says, debate thy cause with thy neighbor himself. So we have to handle situations. This is a civil law, how we deal with one another. If there's an issue that comes up and we got to deal with it, it says debate thy cause. Deal with the matter, right? Because if we leave it untapped or unkempt, it ain't been dealt with, it's going to fester. And it's gonna grow, and then that's why in the video it said, unhealed people are explosive, because they left that they never dealt with that situation. Now it's compounded and compiled, and now just something triggered you, and you just letting it off. Nobody know where you coming from. Nobody understands not a damn thing but you. And you feel like you're justified. You feel like what you saying is is law. But nobody knows where you're coming from, because why? You're not debating our cause. You're not dealing with situations at hand. And then you become explosive, right? Play the next video.
When we get mad at other people for doing the exact same things that we do, that really says a lot about you and who you are as a person. That says a lot about who you are and your level of maturity as well. I'm not saying that there's nothing wrong with getting upset with somebody for doing it. I'm just saying, but there's nothing wrong with getting upset at somebody for doing those things. My thing is, when we get mad at other people and we lash out at them, or we expect them The issue come in is when we do the same thing to other people, we refuse to change, we refuse to adjust, we refuse to consider them, but we want them to consider us.
So now this is another thing, right? We do unto others what we don't want to do. It's a lack of accountability. I'm gonna just say that. It's a lack of accountability when we're doing it to somebody. We see it being justified. We don't hold ourselves accountable. And then when somebody do it to you, now you offended. Now you feel some type of way. You want justice. You want blood because you won't stop. You keep badgering at it. No. Most High, well, the video, I ain't gonna say the Most High, is showcasing that that's immature. That's not how we handle situations. Now, we found the scripture. All praise to the Most High. Isaiah chapter 41 and verse 21.
Isaiah chapter 41, verse 21. Produce your cause.
Produce your cause in a situation where we're trying to handle something. It says, produce your cause. Read.
Saith the Lord. Bring forth your strong reasons.
Bring forth your strong reason. Stop using a bunch of words and your feelings and all this other stuff. Here's the issue. Here's the solution. And we move forward. All that extra talking is not productive. It's not productive. It's draining. This is why people may not want to talk to you or deal with you, because you talk too damn much. And people are now is emotionally invested, mentally invested, and they feel drained. Damn, they gotta go to the gym and work out to get all that off of them. It says, produce that cause, bring forth your strong reason, and move forward. That's what we hear. That's what we're here for. When we read Sirach 25 and 1, this involves that, right? It's beauty in the sight of the Most High God, because we're able to bring forth our strong reason and come together in unity. And we don't let nothing put that apart. Nothing becomes in between that when you have a solid way of communicating and holding yourself accountable. And not justifying why you're mad and why you did something to that other person, right? I'm trying to throw all that out there, all right? Matter of fact, let's go to Ecclesiastes 7 and 9.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 9. Be not hasty in thy spirit to be angry.
Be not hasty in the spirit to be angry. Like I said, emotions is going to happen through your body. We are human. It's understandable. But how you execute, that's what matters. The output. Are you the nigga woman? Are you the nigga man? Or are you a godly woman? You're a godly man in the sense. We being a righteous example. We healing one another in any situation we come into, right? It says, be not hasty. Read.
In thy spirit to be angry.
In thy spirit to be angry. Read.
For anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
And because it rests in the bosom of fools. Those that follow after that desire to want to be mad and want to crash out and want to do something to people just for any reason. That's what people say. Give me any reason. Give me any reason. I'm going to go off. Read that last part again.
For anger resteth in the bosom of fools.
Of fools, immature, unhealed people. The Most High God calls, throughout the Bible, is foolish. When that anger is sitting there and you ready to just go off on anybody that say something to you, they say hi to you. Good morning. What's so good about it? Why you staring at me? Why you so damn happy-go-lucky? Leave me alone. Most High calls that foolish. And the people that looking at you, they looking at you as a fool. Immature. Unhealed. Something's going on with that brother. He's out the spirit. Why he over there sitting in the corner not saying nothing?
Right.
Why he mad? Why that sister over there coming in here with just a face all turned up? Ain't saying nothing. Why you bring that to the Sabbath? Why you bringing that up to the school? Ain't no good thing come from that. Because you have an attitude? Anyways. Give me Proverbs. Proverbs 14:29.
Proverbs 14, verse 29. He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding.
He that is slow to wrath is of great understanding. That's showcasing wisdom when you're dealing with somebody. It's not because you a punk. It's not because you a square. It's not because of anything what these people in the world say. It's Most High God said, you being slow to wrath is great understanding. Because why? It goes along with the blueprint. It goes along with it falls in line with the laws of God. He told us to gather yourself together, O nation not desired. And we came from all different walks of life. Some from the hood, some from the burbs, some from the country, some from wherever else. We're going to have different perspectives. But by gathering ourselves together, we have to go through those congregational trials. That's why the scriptures say endeavor to keep the unity. I'm telling you, the Most High is a mastermind. Y'all just got to sit there and study and let it grow in you. Let it be rooted in you. Then it says, like the scripture says, is of great understanding. Okay, I understand that, yeah, we're going to have issues because it says endeavor to keep the unity. It says gather yourself together, O nation not desired. We all are sick. We all are unhealed people, right? That's why the scripture says examine yourself. Know ye not yourself? The Most High is giving us the blueprint to follow. You just got to implement it. You have to apply it. So in doing that, going back to the scripture, it says, he that is slow to wrath is of great understanding. He's showcasing that he is a person that studies, prays, and applies. That he is about the Most High's business. Keep reading.
But he that is hasty of spirit exalteth folly.
He exalted folly. And you see that all around in the world. People thinking they got the wisdom and understanding, but then they allow the hasty spirit, the wrath to take over, the emotions to take over. And it destroys not only them, but them around them. We're not in the business of that. We're in the business to build. Okay? Let's see here. I'm looking at the time. Give me James 3. We're going to run through James 3 real quick, and then we're going to play the videos, and then we're going to shut it down. All right? James chapter 3. Just want to tap into it real quick. Read verse 1.
James 3, verse 1. My brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. For in many things we offend all. If any man offend not in word, the same is a perfect man.
The same is a perfect man. If we offend not in words, if we weigh our words in balance, we give the right medicine to the people, rather if we pissed off or they pissed off, however it may be, the same is a perfect man. Read.
And able also to bridle the whole body.
And able to also bridle the whole body. That's controlling the bridle is like riding a horse. And it's going to expound on that, right? Riding a horse, you control it, you tell it where to go, slow down, speed up, back up, all that, right? That's the same thing with our bodies, our emotions, the flesh. Read.
Behold, we put bits in the horse's mouth, that they may obey us. And we turn about their whole body.
And we turn about their whole body. Read.
Behold, also the ships which which though they be so great and are driven of fierce winds, yet are they turned about with a very small helm.
So these massive boats, these big old boats that's pushed by water and currents and all that stuff, we control that with a wheel. We can control something so massive. We control animals and beasts, but yet we can't control our emotions. That's heavy. That's heavy. That's how you know we are a broken people. We are unhealed. We can do great things. We can do great things. We are, the majority of vendors are black people.
Right.
We've created so much stuff here on this earth, but yet we cannot control our emotions. Keep reading.
Yet are they turned about with a very small helm, whithersoever the governor listeth. Even so the tongue is a little member.
Even so, the tongue is a little member compared to a big-ass boat and a big-ass beast that we could sit up here and control. This tongue, which is a little member of our own body that we control, yet we can't. Keep reading.
And boasteth great things.
And boasteth great things. Read.
Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Come on.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity.
A world of iniquity. This is why we have to get our word. This is why we have to weigh our words in a balance. First off, we have to become healthy. We have to have a sound body. It's plenty of scriptures to go over in this situation because within us, we read it in Ecclesiastes 7 and 9, that the anger rested inside a person that is unhealthy, that don't have a sound body, that don't have a sound mind. So yes, we have to have a sound mind, a sound body first. Get all that negative thoughts and those negative evil communication out of our data bank, out of our how we move and deal with each other, right? We got to get that out, right? Matter of fact, pressed on time. We got to get that out. Then we have to be able to control our tongue. All right? Keep reading.
And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defileth the whole body.
It defiles the whole body. This is why we have to get the whole us. We have to get it in check. We have to get it into submission, right? And fasting is symbolic to that. When you tell your body not to eat, when you afflict your soul, you actually have control over your body. So in any situation, you should be like, man, I don't know why I let that happen. I'm able to control my body. I fast often. I do this, I do that. I have control over my body. So that's why we say study, pray, apply. This is why we say to fast.
Right.
Because it all goes back into your faith. It all goes back into your walk in this truth. When you're not applying this stuff, we see it in your actions. Because if you were applying it, you wouldn't be doing it, right? Makes sense, right? All right, keep reading.
And setteth on fire the course of nature. And it is set on fire of hell.
Keep reading.
For every kind of beast and of birds and of serpents and of things in the sea is tamed and hath been tamed of mankind.
And has been tamed of mankind. We've done great works here on earth. Right? I don't want to beat a dead horse. Let's go down. Let's go down. Verse 13.
Verse 13. Who is a wise man and endueth with knowledge among you?
Who is a wise man? Who shows that he has a wisdom when dealing with people, when building up his kids, when he's dealing with his wife, when he's dealing with the people in the community, when he's dealing with the congregation, when he's talking with the elders, when he's sitting amongst the elders, how is he moving? Is he moving as a wise man? Read.
Let him show out of a good conversation his works, with meekness of wisdom.
So let him show out of a good conversation. Why do people think they don't have to work on themselves, on the way they speak and deal with people? We have to show in a great conversation, we have to showcase that we have wisdom.
Right.
Keep reading.
But if ye have bitter envying and strife in your hearts, glory not, and lie not against the truth.
Keep reading.
This wisdom descendeth not from above.
This wisdom does not descend from above. That feeling that you have when you want to cuss somebody out or deal with people like that, it's not from above. It's not according to Scripture. It's not what God told us to do. Keep reading.
But it's earthly, sensual, devilish.
But it's earthly. It's of the world. It's sensual, devilish, sensual, being emotional. You're being emotional, effeminate, and it's devilish. Keep reading.
For where envying and strife is, there is confusion and every evil work.
So we have to look at that in every situation that we do. If there's confusion and there's evil works, okay, we need to deal with that and not just brush it up under the rug and not take accountability for it. You can't justify that we about to play the video. It's this chick that it's been all over Facebook and stuff like that with this chick. She tore up Dollar Tree for whatever reason, right? A lot of people say it was for $1.25. A lot of people, she stood in the line too long or whatever it may be. But the fact of the matter is she did it, and now she's trying to justify her anger. And we're about to play the video, but it says if there's confusion in every evil work. We have to fix that. We have to be mature enough to see that and fix it. All right? Play that video.
Bro, if you don't move your crusty ass fucking hand out my fucking face, get your crusty ass fucking fingers out my face before I break your finger.
You gonna run yourself out, you holding up the damn line. Shit.
She don't even have all her money. Okay, go somewhere.
Hey, pause it real quick. You saw she was smiling, right? She's finding joy in that. That's what y'all be doing. That's what y'all be doing. We call it poking the bear, this, that, and the other. Y'all find joy in being contentious. You find joy in your anger, right? And she's playing along with it. You petty. Also, Caleb, you petty, man. Back it up a little bit, man. Hold on, no. Show the picture real quick. Are you showing the picture? Man, you petty. You petty. Stop it. Put it back on me. IT team is petty, man. But she's smiling. She's finding joy in that. And this is what we do in these arguments when we getting into it with one another. We find joy in that. That's why we be petty and we belittle one another and stuff like that. They find joy out of that. Especially now she got a camera on her. Now she's about to show out. She's about to show what she's about. And it's foolish. It's immature. Keep playing. Play the video. Yes, sir.
Get your motherfucking hands on that goddamn floor.
You clearly saw me in line.
Go somewhere. How about now?
We're waiting. Like I said.
It's not even worth it, man. You on camera, so you going to jail. Going to jail.
Damn! Really? Wow, that's crazy. Oh my God.
Hey, she got on house shoes. She got on house shoes. She kicking that thing, bro.
Oh my God. Is the police
All right, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough of the foolishness, man. Get the next videos ready. So here it is, she crashing out. That's what the Gen Z say. She crashing out for whatever reason, but she looked foolish. And this is some of you. This is some of you. You feel like you're justified in that because, she pissed you off or they did you wrong. Now you're going to take it out on everybody. And she explains this in the video. She said that she was almost about to hit the woman, but she was going to serve a longer time in jail. That's why she took it out on everything else but the person. She says that. Like that was, oh, okay. Well, I commend you on that. Like somebody's going to, in their right mind, going to be like, yeah, okay, I feel you on that. I feel you. Play the video.
Going viral about on Instagram and TikTok about me being on there because I actually had supposedly a meltdown.
Now, hold on real quick because officers, you point this out, right? In the video, she looked like a straight stud. Damn, whatever you want to call it. But now in this video, she's all dressed up and all this. She's trying to be presentable. She's trying to state her case. She's trying to justify the things that she did after cooler heads prevailed or whatever it may be, right? All right, go back to the video.
About me being on there because I actually had supposedly a meltdown over $1.25, which is not correct.
Hey, hold up. She has a baby. She got kids. This be some of you. Y'all be driving these heavy operated machines. You got kids. You be driving. You got a license. You be serving food at restaurants. Y'all unstable. Y'all are unhealed. Just as you watching this video and you pointing these things out, these are some of you. And we think anger is little. We think arguments is little. The same feeling that you have for this woman is the same thing you need to check about yourself. Right. Because this is y'all. Back it up a little bit. And play.
Down over $1.25, which is not correct. Like, first of all, when I had went inside of the store, I was not in a good mood to begin with. I was not in a good mood. And I was low-key kind of irritated, but not really. But when I had went in, I had stood in line for a long time, and then finally, before, like, everything was, like, got to that point, I was in line waiting in the other line, and I heard the cashier say, which was the manager supposedly, I heard her say, okay, whoever's next to me can come in line or whatever. So I had walked over there to the next line and stuff, and then boom, it's just that she rung up a customer before me, and it's like you're supposed to pay attention to all your aisles and stuff like that. Not your aisles, but your lanes, cashier checking out and stuff like that.
All
that
right,
was not
so
done at all. It was straight up.
In this video, or what she's saying, okay, understandable. But how you handled the situation, the outcome of it was wrong. And that's what happens when people try to justify their anger. They try to bring forth their strong case, their strong reason, Well, I was in the line, the person, that's understandable. But what you did, you knocked all the belongings down. You made a name for yourself. You look crazy. You went to jail, but we're not pointing that out. We're not dealing with that. We're not fixing that. We want to point the finger at the person saying, well, she didn't, I've been in line. I was already irritated. No, who cares? Who cares? It's life. Right. And you may be looked over. But you gotta make it make sense to where a person can now understand. All right, well, I need to be better. I'm sorry. I overlooked you. I didn't know that you was there for that long. That's poor customer service. I will fix that. There's a way of communicating things, right? And rather than destroying property, now you got to pay all that back. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? You gotta pay because you're out on bail, whatever it may be. You gotta pay that. All because you can't communicate. All because that's a baby raising a baby. Yep. I know some of y'all thinking that, and I'm going to say it. That's a baby raising a baby. And that's some of us. Whether if you're 30, 40, 50, don't know how to control your anger, don't know how to communicate, that's the same thing. But I want to play it to the point where she talked about the sister, where she almost put hands on her. Keep playing.
Straight up rude, disrespectful. She skipped me. And then when I got an attitude, she got mad at me for getting an attitude, for being disrespected.
Okay. Okay. So we played the video prior to that about being immature, right? You're being mad. Now the person don't know where this is coming from. And you're like, why you all up in my face, man? Calm down, chill out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I have an attitude now because you're in my face. I'm not saying it's justified, but you got to look at the fact that nobody knows where you're coming from. That means that's a lack of communication. That's where you erred. Nobody knew that you was in the other aisle or whatever it may be. So now here it is, you have an issue, you mad, and now you mad that she's mad at you. Keep playing.
What in the frick? How can you get mad at? So that's when I blew my top, and I was like, first, I was thinking about first doing something that was going to actually get me put in jail longer, which was actually assaulting her. Because, yes, I did want to beat her ass because that was disrespectful as fuck. You don't do that to nobody, especially if you don't want it done to you. And for all
okay, there it is. There it is. All right,
that's
it. That's it. Y'all watch that on your own. I just wanted to show some of the video because this is what we deal with. When you're dealing with people and they come up to you and say, all right, this person, she did this, she did that. We have to look at that and apply it to ourselves. All right? Give me Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 22. Sirach chapter 1, verse 22. All right? Because nothing is going to be justified in your actions. You crashed out. You had a short fuse. You expect everybody to understand what was going on in your life, but you did not communicate that. And then in return, you went to jail. You have to pay the fines. You look crazy. Right, and you think you're going viral is softening the blow? No, you're tearing down not only yourself but the people around you. Read.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 1 verse 22. A furious man cannot be justified.
A furious man cannot be justified. The things that you do, the things that you inflict harm on people or say to offend people, you cannot justify it. Once it's gone out, it's out there. You can't delete that, like iMessage, Telegram. You can't delete the message and play like nothing ever happened. It's there now. Nothing is justified. Read that again.
A furious man cannot be justified.
You cannot be justified. Your anger cannot be justified. Get some self-control. Deal with your emotions and be able to communicate in order to handle the matter. There's an issue. Here's a solution. Keep reading.
For the sway of his fury shall be his destruction.
Shall be his destruction. Your destruction. And those that are around you. Just like what we saw with this woman. She's going to tear down not only herself, but her family and everybody that's around her because she cannot keep her emotions intact. From there, give me Hebrews 2:1. We're going to close it out. All right? I pray that this class was edifying and it's going to help the next person because it's for me too. It's for the officer, it's for IT, it's for everybody because we all go through these emotions. We are human. But I pray that it's edifying and then it allows you to endure to make it into the kingdom of heaven. Read that.
Hebrews 2, verse 1. Therefore, we ought to give the more earnest heed to the things which we have heard.
We got to we got to really step back and look at ourselves and say, are we fixing ourselves? I know I deal with anger. Am I fixing that anger demon? Am I putting things out of my life or am I putting stuff in my life that is healthy in order for me to not only build myself up but build the next person? I want to be profitable to myself. I want to be nourishing to the people of Israel and help build this kingdom so we can get the hell up out of here. But in order to do that, you got to take an earnest heed. You got to take a good look at yourself and apply these scriptures that we went over today, right? Keep reading.
lest at any time we should let them slip.
We should let them slip. All that understanding, all the laws that we went over, it's gone. You didn't apply nothing. Now you back to square one. Now we arguing, we throwing blows. We're talking about a divorce. We're talking about whatever. You destroy whatever you got around you because you let it slip. Read.
For if the word spoken by angels was steadfast, and every transgression and disobedience received as just recompense of reward.
All right. So with that, I'm Officer Daniela. My reader?
Officer Stephen.
All right. Shout out to IT. Shout out to security. Shout out to those that watch this video. Lord's will, we'll make it into the kingdom. And with that, I say shalom. Most High Christ bless.
Shalom.
Across the earth, the prophets move. From city streets to distant lands, the message is the same. Israel must rise. Through every quest, every journey, the truth spreads. No border can contain it. No distance can silence it. Our nation lives in every moment. In joy, we celebrate marriages. In sorrow, we honor our dead. On the Sabbath, we gather as one. Families rejoicing together, bound by the commandments of God. Yet are we tried. From the stones in Kenya to the hatred in Montana, we endure as a soldier of the Lord. And still, the mission expands. On the airways, on the screens, in every nation under heaven, Israel's voice is heard. We build our communities. We raise our children in royalty. We restore what was broken. We clean what was defiled. We show the world who we are. This is Israel united in Christ. Nation in motion. Nation endures.